Can you see me?
Let me go back. Yes, you're live.
Okay. Hi, everyone. If you can see us, please let us know. Like, we're having so much trouble. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It seems like something changed. If you can see us and hear us, please let us know. Like, we've been having so much trouble going live on YouTube. It's very annoying. Who's here? Please let us know. If you can hear us, if you can see us, please let us know in the comment section.
Can see you and hear you.
I'm so sorry that we're starting behind time, guys. Like, something definitely changed with YouTube. Something changed, and I don't know. Like, I'm just trying not to get worked up, but I'm really, really irritated with this new interface that they've brought out. It's very annoying. No notice, no anything. It just changed things on us like this. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. For all 9 of you that are here already, I'm just trying to check. I'm just trying to check to make sure nobody is stuck in the other video because I had to start a brand new one. Babe, say hi to people. Let me
Hello,
just.
hello. They can hear us. I think we have like 9 people there. So let's see if we can get other people from the other stream on this one. Thank you. We will take your advice. Marina is a bit worked up now. No, you'll be fine. Let's go through the conversations. And we'll keep moving. Yeah, don't worry. Other people will join in.
Can everybody see us?
Yes,
If you can hear, if you can't. Barbara, okay, so right now it should be like I have one scheduled video and one live video. Please leave the scheduled video. Let me see if I can delete that scheduled video. Just so it doesn't confuse people because I'm live on a different one now. I'm just going to delete this one.
Okay.
So you should be able to see us here. Yes, please go out and come back in. It's a different video. Yeah, okay, I agree. Technology can be a bit crappy. It's just so annoying, honestly. Okay, so yes, thank you very much, everyone that has been able to join us in spite of the trouble with technology. Okay, so where are you guys joining from? Rep where you are. Somebody say we can't see your voice. Thank you everyone who has joined. Where you guys watching from? Rep where you are. Mr. Eteng is joining us for the first time. It's today YouTube now decided to try rubbish.
It's my fault.
It's not your fault. What do you do? Thank you very much, everyone. From Israel. Wow. Mary, thank you for joining. Shola, hi from Ontario. AJ from Regina. Magdalene from Abuja. Hi. My former
Shola
city.
from Ontario.
USA, Tennessee. Whoop, whoop. I'm at the backyard, of course. Winnipeg, Calgary, Scotland. Wow.
Yuri Free from Winnipeg.
Yeah, me see Saskatoon.
Calgary.
Yay. Welcome, guys.
What's the last from Scotland?
Ah, nice.
Saskatoon.
Dubai. Wow. It should be like, what time is it in Dubai now? I know Dubai was like maybe like 10 hours ahead of Nigeria. Is this still Sunday in Dubai? Lagos, Nigeria, Saskatoon repping. Whoop, whoop. Okay, welcome. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for joining us. Okay, so without talking too much, Germany, well, Itohan Osa, thank you so much. Thank you guys. 11:18 p.m. Wow. Okay, guys. So today's video, let me just give you guys a backstory of why we chose to do this video. It is because of you people. That election video that we did, election video we did where where I was asking you guys, like, am I obligated to tell my husband who I voted for? You guys showed me that day that I was on my own. I thought you people were going to be on my side, but all of you allowed me for Yakata. Didi from Ontario, yay! Welcome,
It's
welcome
Tony
from
from
Port Harcourt.
Lagos, Owama, Pepple from Port Harcourt. Nice.
Yes, please, you guys like the video, okay? Thank you, Yemisi, for the reminder. So like I was saying, this video, this conversation was inspired by that election video where I was asking you guys, like, am I obligated to tell my husband who I voted for? Now I know that voting is a bit of a different kind of conversation, but it sparked the conversation where my son was now asking me, have you kept other secrets from daddy? And I said yes, and all hell broke loose. So today I said I should come and ask you guys, like, let's talk about this in detail. When we talk about marriage and we talk about secrets, like, are there secrets that you are allowed to keep from your spouse? What is allowed? What is not allowed? Babe, stop looking at me like that. I can see you. Okay, so we're now going to start this conversation. You guys, please leave it in the comment section. What do you think? Yems, over to
Charlene
you.
from Congo
Congo
Brazzaville.
Brazzaville.
Nice.
Thank you so much. From Ondo State, thank you guys so much. Okay, Mr. Eteng, I'll turn this over to you.
So what my position is on keeping secrets?
Yes. Do you agree that there are some secrets that should be kept in marriage, or it should be 100% transparency?
Um, I would want to lean towards 100% transparency. But having thought about it just in the last little while, maybe there are a few things you can keep, right? But
Your mouth has changed, though.
no. I am not keeping any secrets, and I think 100% transparency is required in marriage. Keeping secrets, like maybe the word secrets is a bit touchy.
Maybe that's a good place to start. Like, what would you say is a secret? Like,
Yeah,
what's
okay.
considered
What
a
is a
secret?
secret? I think a secret is something that presents you in a vulnerable position, or had presented you in a vulnerable position, and maybe has the potential to provide information about you or a situation you were in that makes you vulnerable.
Okay.
And that's my own definition of a secret. And I think
That's a very serious definition. I didn't even think about it like that. For me, I just feel like a secret is something that you do not tell your spouse. Something you keep.
Like, I don't know. I feel, just if someone said to me that, your wife has been keeping a secret for 12 years, I think my alarms go off. Like, that's the way I feel.
Okay.
So I that's what I think. It's be as open as possible.
Okay, so I'm just checking some of the comments. Somebody said secrets for some people are things they are ashamed to let people know. Yes. Wasila says, for me, it depends on the relationship you both share. I am for 100% transparency, because even when I don't want to say, it slips out somehow, because we talk about everything. That's a good angle.
But my point is, wouldn't you want your spouse to know something that has the potential to rock the relationship?
Okay, you are now qualifying it to say if it has the potential to rock the relationship.
Like, how do you like a live video? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe you can't. But I think there's a like button.
Yeah, there's a like button.
Top left.
There's a like button.
So
yeah.
I think Wasila has a good point. It slips out. But I think for me, because I want to get ahead of the situation. To be honest, there are some things that I have done in the past that I probably can't remember. But if there's a position where your spouse knows that, hey, we're in a relationship where we can tell each other stuff. If it came out, maybe later on, it came out that, you were involved in this, and like, well, I really didn't remember that, and that's why I didn't say it. So that's why I think if it has a potential to maybe stir the relationship in the wrong direction, I think you want to mention it.
Okay. So here's where, for me, I am on the side that it's not everything that you should say to a spouse. It is not everything that you tell your spouse. That's the position I'm at. And here's why I think so. I'm speaking for myself. I am in no way trying to speak for anybody else, but for me, I just feel some information should be managed in a way that, especially when there are other people involved, right? Especially if there are other people involved. If this secret involves another person, like somebody comes to talk to me about something, if it's somebody that we both know, the person comes to tell me something, or how do I explain it?
Yeah,
Like if
someone tells
if
you
there's some,
something in confidence.
yes,
Maybe your close friend of yours tells you something in confidence, maybe about what she's going through because of someone else. Is that what
okay.
you're saying?
What if it's somebody you know? Say, for instance, we have friends in
Yeah.
common who maybe are dealing with something, or somebody comes to tell me something, say, Marina, this is something I just did, and it's a bad thing. They told me in confidence. Am I obligated to tell you because you know the person? Would that not be a secret? If I know something about somebody we both know,
Yeah.
like a serious thing, and I don't tell you, would
Yeah.
it be considered me keeping secrets from you?
But
You see what I mean when I say there are some things you don't say.
but the truth is, if someone came to me to say something, it's like someone coming to me and asking for help. Let's just use money for instance.
Okay.
Asking for help. Maybe they're in trouble. They need a way to get out of it. How wouldn't you know? Like, you know what I mean? I have to tell you.
If you're going,
I
if
think
it involves our money, of course I will know now.
But it involves our money, yes, but it also involves our feelings towards one another. If it's not shared, and I get it, where someone can come to you and tell you something about them. Maybe they're going through something, and we know these people and all of that. I can understand where you want to hold back some of that information. But what if it was something that I could help with? What if it's something I had the resources, not financially, I mean, but maybe had the ability to help the person because of someone else I know?
I can use some examples, honey. It has happened before in the past where somebody came to me and trusted me with information, and my ability to help them in that situation was very limited. So what I did is I asked the person, I said, are you okay with me, since we need a male perspective in this conversation, are you okay with me sharing this with my husband just to get a man's perspective? And the person said it was okay, and that's why I told you. But if the person said no, it's not okay, I am not going to say a word. I will not tell you. Do you understand? That way, it might be considered keeping secret, but I have to respect the privacy of the person who told me this information, and I don't have to share it, right? Guys, you see, I'm in a position where that happens a lot, where a lot of people come to me to trust me with things. I am not in any position to share it with you, because sometimes these people are people you know.
It's fine. I don't.
So would it be considered secrets if I don't tell you about other people, right? Let me see what the comments are saying.
I get what you're saying. No, let's go up a bit. No, keep going up.
Okay,
Barbara's
so
reality.
it's from here. Something that when Oluseyi says something that when your spouse knows will put you in a position of shame, guilt, or accountability. If your spouse doesn't know, then it spells trouble. That's a secret. Okay.
So what I understand Damola saying is, Lucia is saying is
not third parties,
not third
between
party.
both of us.
Between both of us. Okay,
that's a great way. We'll talk about that. Really, I have some questions there. To me, I don't see it as secrets, but just some things I don't share. Nothing major. Just some minor things that can be easily addressed if it comes up. Right, Barbara? Right? It's not everything you say.
But,
That's
but
the
Barbara,
truth.
how do you qualify what is not important
What's
for
not
your
major
spouse to know, right? So
Barbara,
that's interesting.
Please tell us. Some
Barbara,
info has to
let me
be
know.
managed, right? Oluwatoyin says some information has to be managed. I agree with that.
Oluwatoyin, some information has to be managed, like you tell them in bits, or
AJ says, how will you feel if he keeps such a secret from you as well? The examples that I've given, if somebody goes to trust him with information, he's not obligated to tell me that. No, seriously, I won't take offense. Usila say, Marina, you have a point, but I'm not an HR personnel. Neither am I a doctor at work with state security service. But I used to tell Sha, that's why we gossip. But we'll say that Marina is HR personnel. Are you people see what I'm dealing with? I'm not even talking about work-related information now. I'm talking about personal relationship in our circle of friends, like things I know about our friends that I will not be able to say. Hi, Rookie. She says, I'm with you, Marina. As long as it's not something that's a lie that would break the trust between partners. Great perspective.
Okay.
I think that when Papa Smurf says, I think when it comes to marriage, the line called secrets becomes blurred. You don't want to keep something monumental from your spouse that could be life altering. I totally agree with that. Oluseyi said, no, that's not the secret. If the information doesn't have the
Keeping
potential to
confidence.
damage
Gotcha.
your relationship, is not the secret. That's keeping confidence, not the secret.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So let's
Thanks
now
for-
go back
thanks
to
for that perspective.
for the initial conversation of elections, right? Since that's where all this trouble started
I
from.
thought we addressed this.
Wait.
Bringing it up again.
Wait. So that I'm using the election as an example.
Go on. I'll read the question.
I'm using the initial the foundation on which this conversation started as the example for something like an election, right? If we both are on different sides politically, which we always have, you guys, right from Nigeria, Fred and I have always been on different camps politically. When it comes to elections, we naturally just gravitate towards opposite sides. This time we're on the same page on this particular election.
What are you saying?
We're on the same side.
Page,
but I told you, come on.
You didn't tell me. I'm just hearing it now.
Baby, come on. So for something like elections that I know that we have opposing political views, are you saying that I am obligated? You guys, I've still not forgiven all of you for that conversation. How you people left me alone?
See what Miss B said. If it's something that would affect his opinion or respect for the other person who may be a close friend or relative, I wouldn't tell.
That's good.
Okay.
So it still goes back to keeping confidence, not necessarily a secret.
So what if someone came to you? And you get this a lot, and you're good with it. You're able to keep confidence, which is absolutely amazing. If someone came to you and said, Marina, I'm going through this, do you off the bat say, do you want me to keep this to myself, or do you want, maybe someone's spouse or something, do you want that maybe my husband can help talk with the person? Do you say that right off the bat today? No, or
no,
you don't?
That's not what I would offer first.
Okay.
So what I'm learning to do is sometimes when people come to me with that kind of information, I want to know, why are you telling me? Like, what is your expectation of me from this conversation? Are you just telling me as an FYI for your information, or you're telling me because you expect some kind of action from me, or how would you like me to help you with this information you're giving me? And then depending on what their response is, I will now say, okay, this is where my knowledge stops. Are you okay with me asking people information? Are you okay with me divulging to my husband? Should I just come to him and ask the question, or are you fine with me revealing who it is that's asking? So depending on what the person,
ask the person's permission.
Yes.
Sort of.
Okay, so Rookie just asked a very interesting question. She says, not disclosing 100% on finances, is that a secret? Rookie, you just have to come and scatter the table. Have you? Not disclosing 100% on finances, is that a secret?
Okay, so I have a question, Rookie. So no, not come and tell my secrets now.
Oh yeah, talk now.
See, what if your husband has a secret account he's keeping because he wants it to be a surprise? Maybe he's trying to do something for you many years from now, and it comes out.
It qualifies.
No, because that kind of thing can cause a lot of problem, especially when you have an account that she doesn't
it's
know
a secret.
about.
It's still a secret, babe. What I think, see this money one. I didn't want to go there, but now that I've gone there, let's go. Money part, is it really a secret if you don't declare 100% of your income? If you don't divulge 100%, is it a secret? Please answer.
Let's go back to that income. We'll go back to. So I like what Christula. I like the stance of asking the person if it's okay to share with hubby. Okay, I understand that. That's nice.
We missed something. Hold on, honey.
Which one?
How do you surprise your partner with Gbasgbo's financial present? Well, Rookie, I think that depends, because I've done this before, right? when we were going to move to Canada, I knew that we did not have all the money that we wanted, right? So what I started doing, I knew that Fred was under a lot of pressure to raise as much money as we needed to come here. So what I started doing was I got a bonus from work one time and I didn't tell him. I put wait now before they'll now think it's why are you laughing? So I got this bonus from work. I didn't tell him. I put it in an account separate from our normal expenses and family account that he knew about, right? I now started saving money in that account from time to time. If I had any extras, any bonus that come from work, I'll put it to that account. And then when we were ready to come to Canada, we're still under pressure because we didn't have all the money that we thought we were going to get before we came. And I said, babe, there's something I need to tell you. I've been raising this money for us. Let's add it to our proof of funds. In the moment when I was keeping that money, it was a secret. I did not tell him, but it was for a good cause, right? Rookie, I think that's what you mean when you say, if you want to do Basbo's financial presence. I've done it before. Same thing a couple of years ago when he turned 40. I hid money because I wanted to surprise him. I hid money from our
You kept
joint.
money. Did you hide it?
I hid. Well, you were not aware of it. That's
Okay,
the bottom
okay.
line. You know, I hid stuff from him. I had to hide money because how will I go and make major withdrawal from an account that we're both we get notification on, right? He would have known. So what I started doing, I was hiding the money on the side so that we could do the surprise party, and it worked. So I think it kind of depends on the reason why you're not 100% disclosing the finance. What are you doing? Are you building a house without his knowledge, or you're just keeping the money because there's a reason why you are keeping the money? Like, please let me know.
Yeah, see, so Adorable say there's nothing like secret account. Secret account, they'll make it look like a surprise when you find out. Well, you know, you know what to avoid that. You know what I told you that I'm working on something. So I kind of like gave Marina a hint that look, there is something happening. So just so you know, that's money going away. I'm keeping aside for something. I didn't tell her the details.
I don't know what that thing is till tomorrow. Whether it's another wife they want to go and bring for me, I don't know.
And I think, Barbara, and I think it also comes down to trust as well. I mean, if you can trust me to be a man, right, to do, live the way a man should live, I think you would trust your husband to, if he says, hey, honey, you know what, I have a secret project, I'm keeping some money aside. So I think that works. I know finances are a touchy.
It's such a touchy area.
Subject,
like, yeah, let me see which comments.
This one.
Rookie, exactly what I do. So maybe not the secret account, but like you don't know the 67 cents on the balance. Yes. Yeah, they will make it look like a surprise when you find out. I will understand if it's not long term. Imagine your partner has had it for many years. Again, that's why I said there has to be a reason.
Yeah.
And it can't be a long term. This one that Fred is planning, I don't know what the duration is, but he has told me that there's money I'm putting away somewhere because I want to use to do something. I'm still praying. Whether it's another wife my husband wants to marry, I don't know. Whether it's a brand new house they want to buy and say, just open that door, it's your house. I like that type, So I don't know what the duration of this one is, but I think that if you're going to hide the money, it has to be
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
It has to be a house. It better be a house. Let's see what other people are saying.
Godzone says, I was just typing this thing you just said. I got money from work and put in a fixed deposit till we needed it to come to Canada. Thinking, I told her when I was bringing the money. Thank God he understood.
Yes.
Thank God for that.
Sometimes you need to know who you're married to as well.
Someone talked about financial irresponsibility, no kusula. Especially, if your spouse is financially responsible.
See, God bless you, Nokutula. I was going there. Like, another reason why I feel people keep money and hide is if you have a spouse that is financially irresponsible. It can be the man, it can be the woman. I know people who have declared only half of their salaries for years. It has gone on like that for years. It's only half of their salary. Their husbands don't know what they earn. Some people, their wives don't know what they earn. They declare half. Because as soon as the man knows that this woman has 100K, he's going to suddenly have a business idea where he needs 95,000 and his wife is the one that has to provide the
Yeah,
money.
that's a deeper
You know, so
problem.
if you have a spouse that's financially irresponsible, I will not even call it secret. I will call it being wise. I call it being wise. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because I mean, something you have to have, especially for a woman, you have to have like that emergency place that you go to. And honestly, this is something I learned from my mom. Like my mother, no matter how broke my mother is, she will still be able to afford the basics. Like if, for instance, oh, we've run out of gas, my mother will still be able to bring out gas. And if you ask her, she'll tell you she's broke. Oh. But if you go into her room, inside her shoe, inside old bags, she puts money in all those places just for times like that. She keeps that money aside in case of emergencies, right?
Yeah.
To now say, because I'm, how do I explain this? Like everybody should have that secret place where they go to as a woman.
what
I'm
you're
not saying
saying-
I have. Oh.
What you're saying is that couples should draw the line on what's acceptable. So because someone said
Yeah.
have a joint account, I know some people have a problem with that, separate accounts, and you can save money. I think someone said that as well. So I think that's something couples should agree on.
Larry, what you say concerning bonuses? I declare a third. Shoma, you're the winner. Now you win this one. Some kind of hint is great. Rookie say a baby girl should be able to say surprise, surprise. Here's a Range Rover Sport. And hey, I like that type of surprise. Baby, take note. I keep, but that's the example.
Isn't that scary sometimes too? That you're able to save and buy a range. It's nice and scary too. Like wow, like what else are you keeping?
Exactly, that's another thing. So when you're able to save that money, surprise your spouse like that, it will now become.
But I think
they will
what you
not start
can
suspecting your every move.
No,
going
I think
forward.
that's what you can do. For me, if when that kind of thing happens, I would tell you, babe, this is what I've saved in the last listen to be able to afford this. So it's not something that maybe there's something else happening, or there's another reason why I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm. There's so many comments coming in. I see. I think the couple should have.
I thought I was saying, Amazon will not allow us. Amazon, please now deliver it to our office address.
Now we're all working from home. See how this COVID just brought out our leg. For those of us who used to order things and deliver to work, we will now remove the carton and say, I've had this since now.
Oh my God.
Now work from home. Everything has to be delivered to your door. You can't even dodge again. Amazon.
Oh my goodness.
Financials make or break a home. I agree. Spouses should be open about it. It helps in planning. I totally agree with that. Again, I think it boils down to the kind of spouse that you have, the financial awareness and the financial literacy of the person you're dealing with. Because some people, honestly, it's just better if they don't know.
I don't want to throw in a curveball here, but I was reading something. I think it was on maybe not on YouTube. Someone was asking which is a worse offense, financial or the moral infidelity, marriage.
Financial infidelity or stepping out, like adultery.
Yeah.
Baby, both of them are bad. Honestly. Both of them are bad.
I didn't read what the comments were. I don't know, but
I think both of them are bad.
There.
Jennifer Kalu has a question. What about a spouse who is overly prudent? How will you explain that your Fenty foundation costs how much it costs? Don't tell him the price. Divide it by 10. Or don't tell her. Proof of funds and ITA processing costs will not kill us. Amen. No, sis, it will not kill us. Naira is just on its own. How will you, if you have a spouse who's overly prudent and you are the one paying for the Fenty foundation, my sister, divide the cost by 10 and tell them 1. Because right now, see the way this man is looking at me. If we tell them how much foundation is, when you finish dressing up, they'll say, you look so nice, you look so good, but they don't know how much. My makeup bag, if I put all the thing to liquid cash, I feel use and pay down payment. It can pay down payment for a car. So please don't tell them if you have a spouse who will not understand, then there's no need to tell them the price of things. Water it down, honestly. That's what I advise. Thankfully, my spouse is not like that. Please, I'm looking for sugar daddies. Mr. Eteng available. Yes, please. It's available for rent. That's my sister, you guys. Only one person in this world can do that. Yes, it's available for rent. Oh, Barbara's Reality, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate
Yeah.
you. My people say marriage is like a bale of clothes.
Ah,
You don't know
both are
what you
bad.
would buy until you have taken possession. Ah, my sister. I have an idea where I went to shop, so I have an idea what's inside. I mean, my brother, who is
But
that? You don't know what you get.
let me just ask the question. And I like what she said, like a bill of quotes. You don't know what you get. Do you feel like you know me 100%?
No,
Do you feel like you can find out something in 5 years that you wonder why you didn't find out 15 years ago? And
absolutely,
that thing feels like a secret I kept from you.
absolutely. We have been there, babe. There are things that we talked about this year. I'm like, why am I
So,
just hearing this? And we are 11 years in. So
so
I don't think you
how would
fully
that
know
rub
anybody.
you? How without rub you in a certain way?
If for me, the issue was not a deal breaker. If it was that this year I find out that you have a child with your former girlfriend that you knew about, then of course that's a secret. But if it's a case of I had this girlfriend or something, just a random conversation that you remember, because it's not everything I will remember and tell you all at once. There are experiences from my childhood that I would remember years to come and say, I remember when this happened. It's not because I was trying to keep a secret, it was just that I didn't remember it.
Okay.
But it depends on what it is. We don't fully know each other. We're still learning, we're still getting to know each other, right?
Yeah, both are bad. Financial or moral
Yeah,
infidelity.
they're bad, man.
What
What works
works for
for
one
one couple
couple?
may not work for another. Yes, I think these things are subject to the personalities of the couple. I totally agree. Honestly, I agree. Rookie say, I just imagine you getting that Amazon in telecom delivery
Amazon
message. Your package is on the way and the
would
bell.
cause trouble in our marriages.
Yes, so
Jeff Bezos,
you
be
guys,
careful.
when we just started working remotely, right? Fred
What
and
is
I
happening?
split, babe. Wait, Fred and I split. I was working on the main floor. He was working on the basement, in the basement. So all the deliveries that came in, I was the one on the main floor. And my office table was right next to the front door. So
So,
every time there was a delivery, it came to me. I would go to the door. I'm like, I didn't
where
order anything.
that would be so funny because you get the package, you won't say anything to me, you just drop it on the couch.
I would think, I'm like, what did I order again? It's not me. You know what my husband started doing? He now started telling me that all of them were textbooks. Like, oh no, it's my textbook. Oh no, it's the screw for your camera. All the things I did not send him, he bought all because he wanted to justify. Nobody sent you to buy screw for my camera.
Babe, I can explain. That is for my own account, like the money you put aside to buy stuff.
Your good time account.
My good time account. So it's
I'm
not
just saying what
but I don't know.
has.
You always had a problem. Maybe I save like $100 over how many months and I buy something.
You
Because
save
no, see, you know the way I
for
buy
many
things.
months.
No, wait. You know the way I buy things. I buy things like many of them to take advantage of delivery costs. So if I see something, maybe a textbook, I won't only buy one and pay $5. I can buy three and pay $6. So I'll buy them and because I'm explaining too much. Okay, let's go.
Rookie said the crazy part is when you have access to both your Amazon accounts, you'll be buying stuff and using your partner's name for delivery. Sister Rookie, fear God.
Oh my God.
Oh, the buzz boost that day won't be funny. I'll start chewing my mouth. As in, but it's just that for me, people assume, like I've had somebody really say to me on this channel before when we did the Q&A and somebody say, Marina, you seem like the one that's the spender. I'm like, which day?
But
Since when?
true.
I bet it's not true.
Me, you call me cheap. See the cheap things I buy. But I buy plenty. And
I can buy one that will shake everything. Well, but it still
so
doesn't
I'm
mean
learning to buy it nice, so I don't buy it twice.
So you don't buy it twice. That's the truth. But see this financial secrecy part there, you guys. I don't know if I can 100%.
Did we really talk about that before we got married?
No.
How did we?
We didn't really talk about. We just had an idea what each other was earning, but we're not intentional about that financial part, like set financial goals, know where each other was, who is owing what, who is earning what, who's investing in what. And I think these are conversations that people should have when you're dating before you get married. Have those conversations before you now get married and realize that you are married into millions of dollars or millions in base and you didn't know about it. That can be heartbreaking. you know, is that kind of secret we're talking about. You know that you are
Yeah.
owing 3 different banks. You keep that from me, who you want to marry. We will now get married and realize that I am now co-partner in the debt, and all
Yeah.
the money I think I'm going to be saving for our family is now going to be servicing debt. That one is not fair.
Mm-hmm.
That one, that's just devilish. No, you can't do that to
So having a
people.
joint account, having an account where we both save for the rainy day, and having a good time account where you just keep money aside to be able to buy plenty of things on Amazon and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see if we missed any
Uh,
comments.
Okay.
Say don't open brown box and envelope tired. They wonder, what did I buy? When did I buy this? You know, say, it
Amazon,
was a
help us.
mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, buy cheap, buy twice. True. Oh yeah. So I think we've put the boundaries on what secrets are, and if they're really secrets, and what you can tell, and what is actually keeping something in confidence.
Exactly.
Because
you know how, sorry honey, you know how I've talked about this from the Wasilat was like, but I'm not HR. I'm like, in actual sense, Fred and I have the same employer and I work in HR. Do you guys already see where we're going with this? So sometimes it's like, what am I obligated to say to him? If I know something is coming that directly impacts him, should I say something?
you better. If you see my sack letter flying around your table,
No,
don't tell
exactly.
me.
It's not that kind of HR. I'm not in that
Okay.
type of
It
HR where
doesn't
they so
matter.
sack people.
But I get what you're saying. There's confidentiality,
Yeah.
and especially when you're dealing with, people have issues. We have issues too, and I like what someone said. If you can keep stuff in confidence, as long as it doesn't hamper my relationship with the other person. And someone also said that she tells her husband everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that's absolutely amazing. That your husband can be a part of that conversation. But if you draw that line to say, what does the other person want you to share?
Mm-hmm.
This thing. I don't want to bring in all of this, but there's this question of, you see someone, maybe someone in a relationship, in a vulnerable position, and you don't say anything because you're trying to hold that in confidence. But that's a lot. That's a whole.
No, when you say somebody we know in a vulnerable position, like say for instance now, I see Uche somewhere.
I just said vulnerable position.
No, let's define
Vulnerable
it.
place.
If
Vulnerable
you know,
position.
so wait, are you saying that if for instance I see how do I explain it? Say I see your friend, I see like Uche, for instance. Uche, darling, I don't know if you're here. Love you. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, okay? Now, just example, no verse. If, for instance, I see Uche in a compromising position with somebody else, is that what you mean by if we see somebody?
But before then, people would say, "Oh, it's not my business. Like whatever he's doing, it's not my business."
I will pull a chair and join them. If I see, say I go to a restaurant to go and eat with my friends, and then I see my friend's husband in a vulnerable position with another babe, I am pulling a chair and joining 2 of them. It will now be 3 of us on the date. They will explain. Again, that's because of the relationship that I have.
I think as you get older, actually, you start to you have to make that investment in your relationships, because you get fewer and fewer friends.
True.
You have to make that investment in your relationship where you can be called out, or be the one who's doing the calling out too.
Babe,
that was just on the side.
Yeah, I think we should. We're talking about secrets in marriage now, right?
Yeah.
How about before you get married? Like, what kind of things are you supposed to tell the person that you want to marry before you marry them? Like, if you don't tell them things like about your past, or what would it be considered a secret if, for instance, people don't divulge things from their past to their potential spouses, guys? What do you guys think about that? Is it compulsory that people open up about their past to the people that they're about to marry? Say you're engaged, you're about to get married. What kind of information should you be divulging? Because that part too, before it now becomes secret in marriage, aren't these things conversations that you should have before?
I will greet him so he knows I'm married, but will you tell his wife or husband?
I will pull a chair and join them. In the case of the example that I use, because I have a good relationship with the man and have a good relationship with his wife, I will join them, tell him to tell his wife or I will
But
tell
are
her.
you serious about joining them, or you just like?
Baby, I said I will pull a chair and join them. I'm not joking. I can be gangster like that. But because of who is involved,
Yeah.
I will pull a chair and join them. Standard. Then I will
Wow.
tell him, you get the opportunity to tell your wife, or I will. Again,
Or why don't
it's
you?
because
Why don't
of the
you just
person involved.
let the person know that you are aware and say, hey, you know what? I noticed this.
Baby,
What do you want to
see,
do about it?
I'm aware is different from what if I were that friend and I found out later that my friend knew my husband was messing around. I would want to know.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. You give him the opportunity to say it himself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to give him the opportunity to tell his wife. But what if he doesn't? How would I know? I would tell him.
Okay, husband is benevolent. Anytime he gives out, he tells you not to tell his wife. That one, wow.
No, that's not right.
Yeah,
I don't think that's right.
Okay, let's. I know we're coming up to the hour here, but you were talking about how much should you tell
the person you want to marry, like before marriage. What would you say is if this happens, you must tell the person you want to marry before you marry them.
Nokutula says about the past things that will have an impact on marriage, like kids, baby mamas, baby yada yada. Okay. All things have passed away. We'll say that you can tell if it's something that will affect your marriage, in my opinion.
Okay.
You have to tell things, Jenny's outlet, have to tell things that will impact the both parties. Okay. God's own, it's not something that will affect him in any way. Know your partner before divulging about your past.
God bless you, Shola Ade. That's a major part. Because even if it is something that has the potential to impact both sides, doesn't it have to be? What if the person is the kind of person that can now bring things and throw it in your face? Will you still divulge anything like that? If you know that you're dating somebody who has the tendency to be petty and bring up those things in a bid to hurt you, would you still divulge it, regardless of whether it's going to impact both of you?
So the question now is, if you have been with someone for many years and the person just recently told you about a secret.
Say that again.
If you've been with someone for many years and the person now tells you about a secret that they had, are you going to be offended that, why didn't you tell me all this while? What if the person said, well, I needed to know that you're that kind of person that would not use it against me?
Are you saying
because everybody puts their best foot forward, right? You always want to put your best foot forward. Like, I'm a cool guy, I'm a chill guy, I'm a responsible person. So do you think?
For me, I would say it depends on what the secret is. We've been together 10 years. If you now come to me and say, actually, I didn't know how to tell you since, but I have a child, or I didn't know how to tell you since, or me and somebody did blood covenant. Maybe wait, don't.
I was just thinking of something, sorry.
Or me and somebody did blood covenant. My destiny is tied somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if we've been together 10 years and it took you 10 years to figure out if it's good enough to tell me that you have another child, then that doesn't make any sense.
Foy says,
hold on. Let's not.
I'm scrolling down. Foy, unless the info will impact the marriage, I don't think it's necessary, but asking for body count is nonsense because now women suffer the shame.
It's true. I think that one is pointless. Body count not relevant.
PJO, some people say my past was before I met you, has nothing to do with it. Say you tell him everything and then I say tell him everything and let them make an informed decision.
PJO, so are you saying that everybody who wants to get married should lay bare everything from their past on the table and let the person decide? Because if you lay it on the table and the person says, no, I don't want to walk away. The next person comes, you lay it on the table, the person says, no, I don't want to walk away. Are you not just putting out yourself there? Like, what do you think?
What are we afraid of?
What's the fear?
No, are we afraid? No, when you say don't tell the person, are we saying we don't want the person's opinion of us to be judged by our past, right?
Nobody wants your impression of them to be on the basis of decisions, wrong judgments they made in whatever phase they were in their lives, right?
Okay.
But if you say you have to tell everybody, if you tell this boyfriend, the boyfriend walks away. You tell this boyfriend walks away. Tell this boyfriend walks away. You're just distributing your life history to people who, at what point do you bring that up? Should you not be sure? Like, should you, both of you not have built something that is not influenced by your past?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? You would have had a relationship with the person.
I don't think there's a one answer fits all. I think it's perspective as well. because if you've made mistakes in the past, you're not that those mistakes don't define who you are now. So I think it's depending on the relationship, to be honest.
True. Foe said, if you have a buried secret, don't marry a shovel. I'll still
like
tell
a
them
Ru-
because
Ru-
finding out
proverb.
I'll still tell them because finding out later won't be nice. From
Yeah.
Jenny's outlet, okay. I beg who petty help, make una no vex, so but why marry petty? Some
Yeah.
traits should be avoided, I beg.
Yeah.
I agree. Wasila say Marina true, but it would be worse if such things came out in the future.
Yeah.
The world is a small place. I agree.
True.
I would say it's cool. Adorable says I would say it's cool to disclose your past if it works fine. If it works fine, if it doesn't, still okay. Ronka says, Fred, as long as the secret has nothing to do with the marriage, okay.
Yeah.
Jenny's outlet say tell, but we sense. Please, what does that mean? What does we sense mean? Jenny, tell us.
In doses.
Abio in small quantities. Now, Kotila said some secrets may not directly impact the marriage, but when it comes up, it puts you in a bad position if you never mentioned it. I agree. PJO, yes, Marina, that's it for me. Tell them all what exactly happened in the past what exactly happened in past that's so shameful about. Well, some people have things that they would rather not bring up. That's the truth. If there have been things like abuse, I think that's fundamental enough to bring up, because abuse, no matter how much you run away from it, is going to impact you somehow. It will show up in the way you do the marriage. It will show up in how you're a parent. So it'd be nice for your spouse to know. And besides, if you were abused, it's not your fault. Like, you should not be the one carrying the shame on your head. Do you understand what I mean? So I think it depends. It depends on what it is. There are people who have made bad choices. If, for instance, the guy was a wrongs guy, or the girl was a wrongs girl, people were standing on the road and things like that. Well, I think.
But I just think for guys, I think our culture of where we grow up just puts so much shame on guys. Can get away with a lot of things. But because for guys, when they have discretions, it's
the double standards that make people keep quiet.
It's different. Yeah.
Let me see. I'm also of the opinion that you don't share what will never affect your marriage. Good. Queen Cheryl Beauty says, Marina, it's safe to tell anyone that truly loves you will go ahead with the marriage regardless. I agree with that. Papa Smurf says, I watched a Steve Harvey conversation with somebody on the panel. Said you need to disclose everything because you don't want something coming up in year 10 that if you had known earlier, you would not have married them. Wow. Okay. What if someone got raped, male or female? Very touchy issue. I can see why to tell and also see why not. I totally agree. I heard a story of somebody who actually divulged to her fiance that she was raped, and the guy called off the wedding because according to him, she was damaged goods. Ooh. According to him, she was damaged for what was not her fault.
Good riddance of the guy.
So telling me that girl, the next person she dates, she may not want to bring it up.
But yeah, good riddance to the guy. The guy is.
There's information from the past that is not worth divulging as long as it won't affect the marriage. Okay, there's no formula to this thing. Last, adorable. See, take maga. Last, there's no formula. Everybody just do your own. Miss B says standing on the road / runs is the more reason to tell. I agree. Yeah. What if 25 years down the road you are contesting for presidency and it pops up? It's true.
But yeah, I just agree. There's no formula to tackle this.
Another oh God, the last name is Tekwe. Sorry, I can't pronounce it.
Nanyonga. Okay. Let me pronounce
Thank you, sir.
Nanyonga Tekwe. Just let me know if I pronounce it properly.
My opinion with regards to this is only things that may affect the relationship, especially negatively, should be disclosed.
Yeah. But you know one thing I'm noticing. You know how we took that session with Praise Forward about how our experiences and our environments as children influence how we parent.
True that.
Don't you think that if your spouse knows the environment where you grew up and the things that you were exposed to, it helps him appreciate how he can make himself better for you?
That's an angle. Yeah.
You've shared with me very deep things that I'll take to my grave, but it's given me some perspective on how to love you and how to be a better person for you, because I know this were your experiences. So I think it comes down to, like someone said, there's no formula to this, but I think there are certain things about your person that I have shared with you, my my fears,
Mhm.
and you've helped me be a better person, because okay, when I exhibit this characteristics is because I am dealing with this, or this was something I feared in my past. So I
Absolutely.
think it helps, but it's a very
Yeah.
sensitive.
It boils down to the partner's personality.
Yeah.
Rukri, I agree. Osila said that's for mature men, Mr. Etek, not for everybody. I totally agree. As a guy, I deserve to know everything. I would rather hear from my spouse than
Alvin,
from a
as a
third
guy, I
party.
deserve to know everything. Alvin, I like what you're saying, but there's a lot of work that we as men need to. We need to be ready for the truth. To
Bam.
be honest, because you want, oh, baby, I can handle it. Tell me. It's like, you're pressing for the truth, and when you hear that truth, sometimes you can't imagine how the person you're with now was that person 5 years ago. So there's a lot of work we need to do as men too.
True that.
Um,
Some men are still using diapers, sorry to say. Hi,
so
Alabi. Thank you for
non-housemaid.
joining. Not a petty spouse, yes.
Yeah, Miss B gives him perspective on how to better take care of you. Exactly. My ex-husband hid from me. Sorry to hear
That
that.
he
For me, that he couldn't
couldn't. I think that
have
means
children
couldn't.
before we got married. An 8 year of marriage, I found out accident. I felt betrayed. Yeah,
That's
that's a
sad.
tough one.
That's a tough
I
one.
think I think when it comes to things like that, you have to declare it.
You have to.
You have to declare it. Someone was married and had a child, and the wife left because of domestic violence. A year later, he remarried without letting the lady know about his past. Not even a hint. Ooh. Wow.
Wow. Some people are doing their last semester before they graduate to
Yeah.
full-blown witchcraft, because how? Domestic
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah.
And this new wife now is now going to just think
Wow.
she's the chosen one. No, say I know how they say the cane they used to flog first wife is at the back of the door, second
Yeah.
wife will collect, so it's
Someone
hard.
else, yeah. Now they're having a problem. So that's a follow-up from my program marriages.
Oh, now they're having problems, of course, because
Wow.
when a marriage is built on lies, when a marriage is built on deceit, like the comments Monique left, and I'm so sorry to hear that, Monique. That must have been
so
really
sorry to hear that.
devastating. When a relationship is founded on lies and built on deceit, of course.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
Marina, I have a question. Oh, sorry. Rukara says legally not disclosing known fertility issues grounds for dissolution of marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, just for you. Kate, adorable. CA Marina, I have a question. How would you react as a wife if after 5 years marriage you find your hubby is bi? Leave, cry, or stay and try to amend things?
That's hard. And honestly, I feel like there are a lot of, from the stories that we have been hearing recently, it seems like there are a lot of women in situations like this. And there are a lot of men as well who are finding out that they are not their partner's first preference when it comes to orientation.
Okay.
A man who prefers a man marries a woman because his mother says she wants
pressure.
grandchildren and things like that. Societal pressure. How would you react if you find out that your husband is okay, as a wife, if you find out your husband is bi? Well, for me, if I find out that my husband if I find out that my husband is bi, I think the first thing I would want to know is to find out from him what exactly his preference is, because sometimes bi means they swing both ways, right? What exactly, if all things were fine, if this thing was legal, what is your first preference? And if it turns out that his first preference is not my gender, my sister, there's nothing to fix. There's really nothing to fix there, because you're just going to be living a lie. You're going to be living in denial. If he tells you that his actual preference is, I prefer men, but because of where I am, because of religious reasons, because in Nigeria, it's still not a legal thing, because of the country we live in, I'm afraid of jail time, so I married a woman just to please my family. Or there's nothing to fix. Like, the marriage is done. If you both now decide that, okay, we're just going to stay here, keep up appearances because we want to look like an ideal couple, which I don't even think is ideal for anybody. But if I find out that kind of thing and the preference is male, man, there's nothing left, nothing to fix, honestly.
Wow.
Or what do you guys think?
So,
like, would like to, baby, you missed that. Honestly, I had a terrible experience with secrets. My husband left home at a young age, grew up all alone. I knew this after. Terrible. Oh, wow. That's sad. 8 years is a long time. So sorry, Monique. Yeah. God is good, my friend. Thank you. Yeah.
It went viral on sharing your new pics way back. I think I deserve to know.
You would have seen it already now. Just you people be googling the names of your boyfriends so and see what will come out. Your girlfriends. Before you marry, Google their name. Send it to Gist Lover on Instagram. They have everybody's secrets.
What if he wasn't, Saruko said, what if he wasn't bi before meeting you, but became bi or fluid after 8 years?
What happened?
Wow.
How did he become fluid after meeting me?
Stuff happens, man. Like,
wow.
Stuff happens, really. Stuff happens. That's tough. That's very, very tough.
I still think it will depend on
very, very
on
tough.
how the person wants to proceed.
That's a very complex situation.
I'm telling you.
You're not just dealing with the fact that there's infidelity. You're dealing with an orientation as well. So
yeah, it's two things. That's so true. If it became that after meeting me, then it's still going to depend on how they want to proceed. He could lie, Marina, I can't deal with it, preference or not. It's true. People lie and get into marriages and
this thing is deep.
Every woman should use their head. If one lived a rough life before marriage, it is better to keep short. So far, the woman has turned a new leaf.
But let's say this way, right? If your wife tells you something about her past, that puts her in a vulnerable position, do you feel, as men, I'm thinking, do you feel like it's an opportunity for you now to share something as well?
Well, I would say it depends on what it is.
Does that make sense?
So if for instance, I was a runs girl, you were a runs guy.
Yeah.
Both of us have changed.
Yeah.
And then before we get married, I now come to you and say, I actually just want to tell you about my past, just so that you're getting into this marriage knowing who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, long ago, this is who I used to be.
Yeah.
I'm not that person anymore. If you have a similar story, I think it's an opportunity for you to say, actually, me too, I've been in this position. I'm not like that anymore. Let both of us start again. Okay. If I find out years later that I was a runs girl, I confessed before we got married. You did not say anything about you being a runs boy. Then years into the marriage, I now find out that you were a runs boy as well. Haba. It's not because I think that what that does to the person who's the vulnerable one and the other person accepts, it just gives you a level of, oh my God, I'm not deserving. This person married me. It's almost like the person gets to like a new pedestal in your head, only for you to now find out that you and the person, both of you are broken.
Yeah.
Who's this? Is your husband? I would want to know. Ruki says, I know someone going through this right now. Her spouse says,
he needs to kiss your husband.
Maybe let's follow the comments the way it came. Her spouse says he needs to find himself. We all sort of know he's dealing with the sexual orientation issue. He's not able to articulate it, and he has asked for a separation from his wife. That's so sad. And he's been a responsible dad and providing. That's really sad. That's really sad.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. That's really tough. That's why are they removing it? Or maybe that's just spam. Okay, probably spam. Anyways.
What if the woman is handicapped? She can't even fend for herself, nowhere to go. That's a different issue there.
So you can be free from guilt.
That's a different issue right there. Like,
yeah, that's tough.
Sometimes it's good to share your past with your husband so that you can be free from guilt. I agree. Jenima, welcome, my darling. We have used you people as example. They say if I see Uche in restaurant with another babe, what will I do? Don't worry, I represented you well. I will pull a chair and join them. Welcome, babe. Sometimes due diligence. Thank you. Sometimes, okay. Sometimes due diligence doesn't fix it all. It's a good start. When we find out something unacceptable, it is up to us to decide how to move on. True. Hi, Nello. Yeah. Welcome. Hello, Mano. Love from Pakistan. You want to be open about everything, right? And you go ahead and do that before marriage. If you are married, the kind of person that thinks he then did you a favor and refers to it at every opportunity. That's what we were saying just now, to say, you can't now, you have to now know.
Jane said, when you now sit to make sure you order something for me when
Correct. you know, that's what we're talking about earlier when I said if you're going to open up to everybody, the person walks away. Like, what if, is there a timing to it? Like, should you have built your relationship to a certain point before you start to divulge sensitive information?
So do you tell your partner to say, look, you know what, in Marina, I think this is where I've gotten wrong too. For everything in our lives, our education, our jobs, our whatever it is, we have like manuals. We go through, we learn how to be good at school, we learn how to make money, but we don't learn how to do relationships well. We use a lot of heart, and I'm guilty to use a lot of heart and not a lot of head, where you're not defining a lot of things. If the many things I would change if I had a second chance to be in a relationship, to say, you know what, I love you, I like you, I'm my kind of person, but I'm going to use my head on this one. There are things I want to share with you, but I need to get to the place where
I feel like people should earn some kind of information. You should not just throw out.
The things we overlook because we love the person, or we think we love the person, are the things that actually happen later in life. And people say, but didn't you notice this? And like, well, I didn't notice, but actually, it was actually there. So
how do you handle being reminded of your past? It's really sad. Like, it's totally sad. I just feel like you should divulge information depending on the person you're with. That's what I think. Don't be too forward to provide or to volunteer information that they have not asked you. That's the truth. You should know who you're with. The relationship should reach a certain point where the person should earn that trust, earn that confidence before you can divulge certain things. If not, don't say it. Really, that's what I think. There are some secrets you take to the grave. I agree, honestly. Marina, my question is, few months after your marriage and you find out he's a cultist and a drug baron.
Wow, that's tough.
Wow. What will you guys do?
That's tough. That's tough.
I don't know if I will stay.
I will jowl before they kill me for my time.
I don't know if I will stay, honestly, because you might just become collateral damage in one of the fights.
I think, that's one of the things that we should probably plug into teaching Jeremy and Daphne. About relationships and how to do relationships. Like, how did I gravitate there? I'm just thinking.
Baby, please, our children are 7 and 8.
No.
No.
What I'm saying is, the things we didn't learn are the things we can start to teach them how to do relationships well. Not use so much heart and not so much head.
Jenny's outlet, you don't say things immediately. You have to reach a certain level before saying deep things. I'm totally on that same page. Jenny's outlet, yes. Hello, Marina. You're looking good. Thank you so much. Okay, I think an underlying kudos to Mr. Fred. Okay, be calming down, babe. I think an underlying theme here around full transparency is a concern for a power imbalance between male and female partners. I agree. I think that in an egalitarian society and between unions where both partners truly value each other, it should be easy, 100% transparent without fear or recourse. I totally agree with you, Ruki. Honestly. Amarachi says, I will jowl, no kill me before my time. I agree. If you tell your partner the secret before marriage, you should also tell him that if he will use it against you in the future, then you're ready to quit the relationship.
That's cool. It's up.
Nello says, Rukewa, I think the man used the lady. He probably just wanted children because sexual orientation is something you're aware of before you went into the marriage. Mr. Eten, calm down. See how you are cutting Marina's mind. Like, how old are my children? I can't fear.
Before you know it, 3 years now, they tell you they have a boyfriend.
In which person's house?
I don't already saying it. In which person's house?
It's not in our house, please.
Okay.
Trust is key in marriage, yes. The biggest problem is society pushes us, women especially, to marriage. So we condone some traits that we should never have condoned. Courtship is different from dating. Totally agree with you, Miss B. It just feels like you come to a stage where it's like, oh, the pressure, oh, you're not getting any younger, and then suddenly you're now making excuses for red flags. I agree with that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure there, but you're right, yes. Fred is right. Some of these relationship issues would have been better handled if we learn them well as well as other basics. Yes, of course, we're going to learn. I just don't know if I want to be teaching my 7-year-old.
No, see, the thing is, I just realized we talk about a lot of abuse in relationships, and and it's predominantly men abusing women, but there are also men who are in
abuse victims
situations too.
True, so true.
So when you intend to marry to make them worthy to be told anything like, yeah.
I feel like being in a relationship with someone you intend to marry automatically makes them worthy to be told anything in your past if you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Keyword, if you're comfortable. Because the if before your wedding you are still single.
But
you are single until you're married.
It's like the chicken and egg dilemma. What do you say first for you to know the person is worthy, like you said? Do you wait till the person is worthy before you tell the person? So at some point, it's always going to be risky, and you're going to be ready to take that chance, right? So
yeah,
there's a chicken and egg situation. It's not funny.
So see this thing about secrets, it's a lot of issues woven in one, right? Just being a secretive person in marriage, I just don't feel like it's an isolated thing. If you go and dig deep into where that person is coming from, you might just see some reason. There's always a history. But there's always something that triggers some kind of the behaviors that we show.
But if you want me to be a better partner to you, arm me with as much information that I need.
But that information, if you use and kill me, that's the problem.
No, but that's where, like Obafemi said, are you worthy of that information? But how do I know you're worthy of it if I don't give you something to check first, right? So
transparency, trust should be earned. I agree with you. Yeah. Transparency is very key, but we can't rule out the fact that some things are better left unsaid.
Yeah, thanks, Adele. True.
Yeah.
True. As long as those things are not things that can really screw the relationship.
Yes, having dated effectively, that is how you now know he's quite analytical and rational, then divulge. If he or she is petty or plagued with the tit for tat mindset, your discretion is advised. Viewers' discretion.
Yeah.
Yes, your discretion is advised. Your relationship is at top notch. Thanks for this stream. Oh, thank you, Benga. I don't know if we're top notch or our fight is not yet. You people should start marriage counseling. I bet we are still in marriage counseling. We are the counselors. See how we said it together. Sis, now who don't stand? Now if you carry person for back, we are still in counseling. When we finish, we'll consider.
We have not graduated yet.
Okay, well, thank you very much, you guys, for joining today. I just thought this would be a nice way to just come and have like a chill, laid back conversation, even though this is a serious topic, because it is, keeping secrets in marriage. It just all now comes down to really, why are you getting married? Why are you getting married to? Who you're getting married to? What is the reason why you people are doing this? If both of you cannot from the beginning ascertain that you're on the same side, then maybe you should question that decision altogether. From the beginning, there were things that Fred and I talked about. There were things that I told him before we got married that on a normal day, I don't have any business telling him those things.
I remember.
But for me, I just want you to have a clear picture of who you're getting married to. And so that if you see baggage down the line, if you see some kind of behaviors from me, it's not because I'm trying to spite you. This is where I'm coming from. We had those conversations before we got married, and 10 plus years, and I've not had a cause to regret it, So I think it totally depends on who you're with, why you're getting married, why you people are doing what you're doing. If you know the person enough and you can say, okay, to an extent, I know that this person has a good head on their shoulder, then you can trust them with certain information. But I don't think you should just go volunteering your life history to anybody because they say they want to marry you. Honestly, you are single until you are married, So discretion is advised, like some people have said.
Background checks.
I'm serious. So I feel like we should start doing background checks.
Adorable wants you to talk about
power drunk husbands.
Maybe on another one. You bring someone else to talk about that.
What do you mean someone else? Oh, I have another husband.
No, I'm not. You can tell me we're sharing secrets.
Maybe I have to tell you the truth. I have a boyfriend in Willows. He's a doctor. He wrote a check in your name. He has plenty money. Anyway, I feel like that's a different conversation. The power drunk husbands. And I think it goes back to what Rookie was talking about when she said there's a lot of power imbalance. Because if you're powerful and powerful, two of us will be drunk now. Do you understand what I mean? It can only be called power drunk where one person is trying to exert their authority over the other person. And then if there's balance, that will not happen in the first
I
place.
think that deserves a live stream or a conversation as well. Power drunk
I feel like
husbands,
when we do
because
that one,
there's-
we'll do it in such a way that people can
Yeah.
actually join the conversation. So maybe if we
Yeah.
hear real life situations up front,
'cause
we'll
I think
provide more information.
That's something that you're right.
Power drunk spouses.
Who was that? Sorry.
You have passed it. Adorable. CA.
Adorable. Yeah, I think we need to talk
I think
about
we need
that.
to. Yeah, I agree.
Let's break some
Something-
of these stereotypes.
Love you both. Some things are better left unsaid. Oh, thank you, Chidima. Thank you so much. Thanks. This was such a good session. We could talk all day and all night. I agree, right? We're rounding this up now because it's been over an hour. To add to this,
Na Inyonga Tekwe. Please let me know if I
do
pronounce
we
your
pronounce
name
it?
well.
Yes,
Please.
so that Fred can rest. Please let us know.
I like that name. Na Inyonga
To
Tekwe.
add to this is from the onset of the relationship, background check should be carried out. Okay, we've read that. Should be carried out by the parties
Before
in the
venturing.
relationship before venturing.
I
I agree.
agree.
We should start doing
Some
background
some
checks.
men are serial abusers.
Some women too are serial things. So background checks for everybody, honestly. Opening up and when opening up, everything shouldn't be open up at once. I
Yeah.
agree.
That's right.
You look fabulous. Is the
I
hair for me.
tried.
Thank
I
you.
tried. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Jenny's outlet says she found me yesterday. Where have you been? Welcome to the family. Welcome. Good talk,
Thanks,
Marina and
Shakira.
Fred. Well, thank you so much, everybody. This has been so much fun. I had such a great time doing this. We should do this more often.
Yeah,
right?
we'll learn the technology.
I don't know what
before-
happened. YouTube changed something on me, and I'm going to send a stinker. Honestly, I'm not letting this slide. We should do this more often, right? Will you
Yes,
come
we
back
should.
another day?
What are we talking about?
It depends. Thank you so much, everybody. Please just help me put clapping emoji for Mr. Eteng because this is way outside his comfort zone and he's doing this because I dragged him to do it. I blackmailed him to do it. Please just help me clap for him. Tell him thank you. Tell him thank you for me. We'll come back and do this another day. Let me just read this last comment. Say, back in our parents' days, background checks were done before marriage. These days, nothing is done. People just see themselves and next is married. See, the background checks our parents used to do, they used to send people to the person's village, and you know that village people can lie. Tekwe, sorry, you're welcome to the family from Cameroon. Welcome. We are
Oh,
sorry.
thank you.
We are sorry.
Sorry, take
Please do talking on parenting too. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yay. See all
Thank
the many
you, everyone.
applause for you.
Thank you.
It's up. Yes, you found me through Chinyere Abang yesterday. Oh my God. I got on Chinyere's life and talked and talked. Don't they talk, follow me play with you guys. Freud, come next time before you hear she's telling us she hit that intro.
Amen. Oh. I want the radio.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone. This has been such an amazing conversation for everybody who contributed. Barbara's Reality, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, everyone who sent a message. Please like the chat before you go now, guys. Like the video. Thank you. Like the video, please. There are 65 people and I have 40 likes. 25 of you are holding my like. Jenny's outlet from Chinyere's life. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Mr. Eteng and I will be back to do another live stream sometime soon, but I'll let you guys know and figure out the technology before then, okay? Thank you so much,
everyone.
guys. Thank you. Have a great week ahead.
God
Have a
bless.
great day. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.